Welcome back to Husky Hustle. Here's where we get the rundown of Uconn sports in just a few minutes. Today's episode, though, we have a special guest and a special edition of Uconn basketball. I'm Justin Perez.
And I'm Alec Beane, and the timer starts now.
Our first topic is men's basketball. They have their first game today, and they play against Sacred Heart. They are coming in at 35-point favorites, and the odds have us at minus 100,000 to win the game. That is absolutely ridiculous. But at the end of the day, we are sure to win today. Alex,
Absolutely.
How do you feel?
We're the back-to-back national champions, coached by none other than Coach of the Year, Dan Hurley. This team, they got everything going for them. Top to bottom, the roster's filled with talent this year, especially with star-studded freshman Liam McNeely. The guy can do everything on the court. How do you feel about the game tonight itself? You think it's going to be a blowout, obviously?
It's going to be a big blowout today. I'm excited to, be there in attendance. You have the fans, the big crowd. We're at home, Gamble. I think it's going to be an amazing game for us. Big home opener. Freshmen like myself, for example, going to the game, seeing the environment. I think it's going to be an absolute good night.
Absolutely, especially with New Hampshire on Saturday, too. The Huskies look to start the season off 2-0. And, that comes with a lot of pressure, especially as the back-to-back national champion.
Absolutely. And our next topic is going to be solo ball individually. How do you feel about solo ball coming into this season? He has a big role.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Solo ball coming into this season. He didn't play a lot last year, but he showed some flashes at the beginning of the year when Stephon Castle was injured. He averaged only 3.3 points last year.
Mm-hmm.
However, he took on a bigger role earlier this year in the exhibition against URI. At 18 points on 7 of 10 shooting. The man shot 50% from the three-point line, 2 blocks, 2 steals. It looks like he's going to be a big factor for the Huskies as he can do it all on the floor. How do you feel about that, Justin?
I agree. Him being a guard, I watched him play at first night. He hit shots. He's looking like a very good three-point shooter for us.
Absolutely.
He looks like he's going to fit Dan Hurley's offense extremely well. I'm very excited to watch him play and his role in his offense increase as the season progresses.
I feel like just as solo ball, he's kind of a complete all-around player.
Yep.
The energy's high with him, too. The man does everything on the floor at a high level, which is something that you don't often see in players like him.
100%. Now we can jump over to women's basketball. They have their first game tomorrow against Boston University. Again, I'm not sure what the odds have us at 100%, but I know they're very high, 20+, 25+. We are expected to dominate this game tomorrow. How do you feel about it, Alec?
Absolutely. This Uconn women's basketball team is looking really good this year. AZ's coming back from injury. That's going to be a huge piece to take some of the pressure off of Paige. This team is star-studded all around. Sarah Strong coming in. That freshman class coming in. One of the best in the country. And, this team it looks like they're going to dominate. How do you feel about the season coming up?
100%. Like I said, we have BU tomorrow. We have South Florida on Sunday. Looks like to start 2-0 again as well for women's basketball. We have Sarah Strong. The freshman class as a whole, dominant. They looked great at first night, and I know you got to experience them inside MSG.
Don't even. You can't even forget about KK Arnold.
100%.
High energy on the floor, runs around, will do everything for you all the right ways.
Absolutely. And now talk about Paige Beckers. listen, what is there to say? She is the best player in women's basketball. I know everyone says it. She's the most talked about player. She already had the Big East Outstanding Player of the Year projection to win. She's just absolutely amazing. How do you feel about her?
There's nothing you can't say about Paige Beckers that's negative on the basketball court. Averaged 22 points last year. Brought the Huskies to the Final Four. Barely lost to Iowa. When Paige is on the floor, it's like no one else is out there.
Yep.
She's on an island by herself. She's hitting shots. And if she's on, all you can do is pray. Realistically, I think she might go for 30 against these two teams that are playing this week. There's really no way to stop Paige as a whole.
100%. And then with the talent surrounding her, we have the freshman class, as we said. Now you have to worry about Sarah Strong in the paint. She's a dominant big man, 100%.
Absolutely.
So with all those factors, Paige is going to have an amazing and dominant season.
Especially with AZ coming back, all that pressure is going to be taken off her.
100%. Now, lastly, we want to comment on the rankings for the season. Currently, women's basketball is set at number 2, and men's basketball is set at number 3. I know how I feel about it, Alec. Listen, men's basketball being 3, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. The back-to-back champs, I don't know how you can put us lower than 1. I think it's ours to lose, to be honest, even though 3 in a row is very unlikely and improbable. But I think, like I said, back-to-back, we should be ranked 1. How do you feel?
Going off that men's ranking, number 3. I get the Mark Sears hype is real. However, we are much better than Bama. I feel like we're a more complete team. Even with Kansas, I think we're more complete. Going back to the women's, we're ranked number 2.
Two.
I mean, South Carolina, I get, they
Yeah, I
go
see the hype.
undefeated, things like that. I get the hype. However, they don't have Paige Beckers. We do. I think that ranking's going to change. Both those rankings will change very soon.
100%. I mean, like I said, South Carolina, he said they went undefeated. Seeing them at 1, okay, as season progresses, I know that he knows that they're the best team in the country, and we're going to see basketball this season dominate. And with that concludes Husky Hustle. Hope to see you guys next week.